Yo, what's good, friendly ghosts and non-friendly ghosts? How's everybody doing? Today we're going to be watching the Street Fighter 6 trailer back. Maybe watching a bunch of other Street Fighter 6 stuff. Depends on when I get tired. But I just want to watch it back. I ain't going to react to it per se, because that shit ain't really my style. But I'm going to point out some things that I noticed, and also some things that, you know, I'm speculating on, and things that I predict, right? Not so much talking about move sets and blah, 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 blah. You know, I'm not a Street Fighter player like that. You know, so you're not going to get that here. What you are going to get is just expectations and predictions based on game modes, and including one that I was ever so curious about is Lily's taunt right here. I was wondering. Okay, I wasn't wondering what this taunt made me think of. This right here. Let me play it.
Good stuff.
Good stuff. What that taunt made me think of is that what if taunts in Street Fighter 6 do have a purpose, but those purposes will be in World Tour mode. Seeing Lily's taunt made me connect the dots to that right there, and of course just speculating, of course, but what if, as you train with Lily, one of her tasks for you to do is to take pictures in various locations in the middle of, you know, fights, taunting matches, and you know, and that's like one of her like requirements to become like her student or some shit like that, right? I can see them using taunts in that fashion, because there's 3 taunts per characters, right? That's 3 taunts per character. They have to be useful for something, right? You can't use them in a match. You just can't, right? So if I were developing World Tour mode, or programming it or whatever, and I had 3 taunts per character, I would use this to that advantage and have these taunts be a task or like a chore that you do in World Tour mode, depending on your teacher, you know, and have that just be like an extra thing that you can do to unlock, you know, goodies or whatever, clothing, money, whatever have you. That's what seeing this taunt connected all those dots for me, right? If it wasn't for this taunt, I would not have made that connection. But I can see it now. It kind of makes sense, don't it? It kind of makes sense, kind of, a little bit, right? Like I can see like Jury having you like just make fun of your opponent this many times, or make fun of, you know, so and so opponent, blah 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 blah. You know, some characters it may get a little funky, like Ryu. I don't know how that shit would work out, but I don't know. But you know, I can see it working for Lily and some other characters specifically. But yeah, let's watch back the trailer from Zangief's portion. Excuse me, pardon me. Alright, so you're gonna watch it back from Zangief's portion. What I really liked about Zangief, I'll point out one thing I like about each character. What I really liked about Geef is the impact on his pile driver, the sound that comes with it. It sounds like a cannonball has been shot out and shot into like a building, you know, or shot into the ground. It just sounds so impactful, and they're really hitting you on your 6 senses in this game, right? They really know what they're doing. They're really on their A game, and you know, that's one thing that I really stood out to me with Zangief. Is just the sound design of this game. It's pretty top tier. Brace yourself. Right, that shit just sounds, yeah, man. It sounds impactful, right? And I think my favorite one is the pile driver, or the jack. You know, that's what really stood out for me with Zangief. Lily, I really liked it. The particles, the wind particles. Might be a weird thing to like.
I call upon you, great wind. Toi no ikonoi, spirit of the wind.
The wind particles look really, really nice to me. Like I'm just like I like seeing artsy stuff like that. But yeah, I really like the wind particles. You know, the grass and, you know, the sand being blown up at the same time. Man, this game looks nice, right? You can't do this with all games and slow it down and have it look this nice, right? You could slow down any other fighting game and it will not look this smooth, right? I don't care which game you point out. I dare you to go. I said this before. I said this at around Christmas, I think. I dare you to slow down Mortal Kombat and see if it looks this smooth. I dare you to slow down Tekken or any other game. Maybe Dead or Alive might be up there, you know, in one department specifically, but you know, that's even on that department, I think Street Fighter 6 might have it beat in the same areas at that. But yeah, I really like Lily's wind particles. Also her personality, I guess. Yeah, I really like the I really like, okay, I liked it, her personality, like on her super, like she's like a super klutz. She flubs her super, you know, hopefully in her critical art, she like lands the super cleanly or something, or maybe she does like an alternate version of the super or whatever. But I like how her personality is like she's a klutz, but then after the super or in her win pose, he's like pops up on the screen, like with like winking one eye. You know, like I planned that shit the whole time. Hold that shit. You know, it really reminds me of like some that right here. I planned this. Look at this shit. Just as I planned that shit. Hold that shit. You know, it reminds me of like a one of those random commercials where they just show you like it becomes a Pepsi advertisement at the end, and none of it makes any sense. Or it like reminds me of like Nickelodeon, all that, or Kenan and Kel specifically. You know, that's the type of personality I'm getting from her. That's the vibe I'm getting, right? And I think that's pretty funny, pretty sick. You know, so that's what I like about Lily. And we'll be coming back around here one more time. So moving on to the campster.
But not the one we're looking for.
Miss Tekken vibes through and through. All of it reminds me of you know, Mixer, Tekken Tag, Tekken 2. Yeah, she's really sick, man. One thing I really like about Cammy from this trailer. One thing that I like about Cammy from this trailer. I guess there's nothing when you really think about it. I guess I don't really like anything. I don't hate anything either. I just, you know, it's nothing really stands out to me really. But I do like how she looks like Android 18. That's pretty sick to me, right? And also her theme music, right? Her theme, I guess I like her super too, but her theme music, the way that they synchronized it at the end to match her level 3, you know, that was pretty sly. That was pretty sly right there, you know. And also on the same topic, I think Cammy has the best theme song out of the 3 in totality, at least. So let's actually start going to the ranking the musics from the trailer. Like her critical, when a super hits, it goes into like her her critical health version of her theme song, right? Because you could tell because the way that the music, the gear kicks in, right? That you hear that clicking, that transition right there, right? That is a transition into the low health theme, right? Or maybe round 3, but I'm gonna say low health because it has to be. It just has to be. It's too sick to not be, right? It's too despair giving to not be. But then again, I also thought that about Kim's, but that didn't turn out to be the case. But anyways, Cammy, if this is her critical health, low health theme, then this might be one of the best so far, right? So far, the top ranking low health themes are, in my opinion, Jiri, Chun, and that's it. That's it. Maybe Jamie, maybe we could toss Jamie in there, but Cammy for sure. If this is hers, Cammy for sure, she's in there. And just listen to this.
Another mission awaits.
Right? If that is her critical health theme, just I'm picturing how it plays out in an actual match where, you know, there's no super connected to it. It's just playing a game in neutral, despair time, last hit, you know, could win the game. Everybody's on edge, trying to get that one little low kick into the drive rush or whatever and clinch the winner, the game winning confirm. And then this theme kicks in. Right? I think that is just so sick. This theme, I think it's one of the best critical health themes. If this is hers, I just think it will make every situation just that much more hype. Because one thing about this game is all the critical health themes, not all of them, but a large amount of them are surprisingly not that hype. And you would expect them to get more hype when it becomes a tense situation, right? For example, do we have to mention Gal in every topic about sucking? His theme song is man. His low. Let's not drag his theme any more than we have to. Compare that to Cammy's. If this is Cammy's, comparing that to Cammy, if this is hers, this is hype. This is like building up to a big moment about to happen. And surprisingly, it's just not that many characters have that extra gear towards the end of the match, you know, of their themes. And this is like a breath of fresh air in almost, right? Because you would just expect it to pick up. A lot of the themes are very slow paced and mellow, shenanigans. So I just made that word up. Fuck you. And you know, they just don't really get you amped. And you just expect it to kick in at any moment, and sometimes it just never does. And Cammy's theme so far, I have to say, it's doing it right. And this is like man, listen to this shit.
Another mission awaits.
I'm gonna let it ride out. We'll let it ride out. Let me hear it one more time. Right? Just picture yourself getting put into burnout when this theme happens, right? You get put into burnout, or whoever, theme kicks in, and you're backing up. See, Cammy's like pushing you into a corner. You've been pushed into a corner. Maybe both of you are in burnout, and you're both watching that meter fill up, and you're like testing the waters. This shit's too hot. I don't want to dip my foot into it yet. It's still too hot. Let me just give it a couple minutes. This shit is kicking in the background, and right, it puts everything in order. It puts all that anxiousness in order. It pushes the moment for you. But yeah, that's Cammy's theme. Geef's theme, I don't love his theme. I don't hate his theme. I like his theme. I just don't. His theme sounds like it belongs in Def Jam or some shit. But I do like the theme, that his low health theme, just like Cammy's. But that's the only part of his theme that I like. But yeah, Geef's theme, I like his low health.
It's time to get serious! Yeah, this is your last ride! Let's go! My beautiful body is built better!
And that brings us to Lily, who, all in all, I say Lily is the character that I like the most from this trailer. You know, it's the one I gravitated towards the most. I like the beginning of her song so much. It has such a good vibe to it, such a feel-good vibe to it. I like how feel-good it is, and also it's just the stage as well. The stage, it puts me in a good mood. It puts me in a good mood, right? I don't know how the rest of her theme is going to sound, but I do like the beginning of it.
I call upon you, great wind. Toi no ikonoi, spirit of the wind. Let yourself become one with
it. Right, so I like the beginning of her theme. I don't know if her theme sounds like it's gonna really ramp up come round 3, right? Also, her low health theme, I think it's her low health theme. When her super plays, I think that's like just a theme that they go with. It's not bad. Right, it's not bad. That's not bad. You know, it has a very comical vibe about it. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. So yeah, all in all, I like Lily the most from these trailers. Cammy's not bad. I think she's cool. She's alright. She's straight. You know, but if we were gonna really call a spade, I think it's clear as day to any and everybody that I think it's clear as day to anybody that yeah, I think it's clear that Chun's just better. I just think it's clear that Chun is just better, right? Just in my opinion. But she's cool. She's cool. But she ain't got shit on Chun-Li. Let's just say that. She ain't got shit on Chun-Li. All right. I said it once. I'll say it twice. I'll say it as many times as I have to say it. She cool though. She cool. Anyways, let's go on to some other Street Fighter trailer stuff, because I wanted to watch some other stuff from months back actually. Got all the themes and stuff, and no, not that one, this one. Let's go live. Let's go action. Oh my god, please. So regarding World Tour, again, regarding World Tour again, I mentioned this in a Christmas stream. Wait for a chance to pause it. Right, I mentioned this in a Christmas, on Christmas Day. I did a live stream. Don't watch it. You don't, yeah, don't watch that shit. It's not, no point in that. It was a rough time for me, but during that stream, I mentioned that World Tour mode is going to be so sick and have a place for everybody because of the way it's set up. Has, well, first of all, we have to acknowledge speedrunners. Speedrunners, for the first time ever, probably, there's going to be a large speed running population for a Street Fighter game. There's going to be a large population because of World Tour mode. And let's get into the details why. World Tour mode, let's try to break it down as much as I can. We'll actually watch this in slow-mo. Bear with me. All right. So, World Tour mode is where you make your own character, you create your own character, your own avatar per se, and you go through an adventure Mortal Kombat Conquest-esque mode. That's what a lot of people have been comparing it to. And you learn abilities from Street Fighter characters who become your teachers. You learn from them, you study under them, and you can acquire their movesets. However, more detail came out around the time of this trailer that you can also mix and match special moves from various different Street Fighter characters and put them in your bag. So what this means is you'll be able to have, here's my understanding of it. You have a base move set, which is your stance, right? So like in some shots, like let's see if we can get an example of this right here. Let me see. Does he have it? Right, he's doing Kimberly's normals right here. Right, and there's a screenshot of him doing Kimberly's stance as well, right? And right here, he's in Ryu's stance right here, right? So my understanding of World Tour mode is that you'll be able to pick a stance that holds all your normals, your walk speed, and so on and so forth. That is something that you can't miss and match with. To my understanding, you can't change that. You only can pick one of those, and that's going to be your whole set of normals, movement speed, jumping, and so on and so forth. However, you can alter your special moves from various different characters, and there's no limit apparently as long as the buttons and inputs don't overlap. So breaking this down, you can have a walk speed or a normal move set to your liking. Let's say, I think Juri's maybe the fastest. I haven't played the game, but Juri looks fast, right? When I look at Juri, she looks fast. Kimberly also looks fast, but Juri she has a fast dash. You can have Juri's normals. That includes her walk speed, her back dash, her forward dash, her jump. That includes, all of that. And you can change her special moves and have like Ken's crazy kick, her Jinrai kicks, or you can have Kimberly's, maybe Kimberly's like her jumping that across the screen overhead type of shit, Or you could have like maybe Marissa's like counter move where she armors through something and then she does like a ridiculous amount of damage. Or you can have like Ryu's dungeon charge maybe. I don't know. You know, but that's basically the what it seems like they're advertising, is that you can create the ultimate character to your liking and just get crazy, right? Or you could like go with like Zangief and have like Zangief's normals and have like all of his beefy stuff, and then tie that in with like a Jury's what's her thing called when she does her kicks and she does like the slow wave on the ground and it sends that and she falls behind it. You could probably have some fucked up shit like that, right? So it's going to open up a lot of opportunities, and the combo game is going to get nuts. What this means is that in World Tour, based on the mechanics and systems already in play with Drive Rush and how crazy those already are for normal characters, in World Tour, I think the play is going to be make just the most nuttiest character possible and try to get these touches of deaths, right? Try to build a one-touch death character. That's where you could get through each encounter, and speedrunners are going to be going through that with this train of thought in mind. And that's just going to be the play, that, you know, to try to create the craziest scenarios possible to get through it as quick as possible. And that's where I see it getting nutty and being something that has something for people of all avenues to enjoy, right? Just to have fun and just BS around with it, right? And that's not even getting to the fact that World Tour let me play the video. That's not even getting into the fact that World Tour lets you travel through the world of Street Fighter, because also in one of those blogs it mentioned that this game has its own economy. These mini games right here are jobs that you play to earn money, right? On some Shenmue type of shit. You do these jobs to earn money, and you earn money so you could travel across the world of Street Fighter and seek different teachers, because you have to pay for your expenses to travel. That's what the blog said. You have to pay for your expenses to travel across the world, and you know, probably to get your move sets as well, and of course your clothes and your extra goodies and stuff like that. And that's not even talking about all the other mini games, and you know, it's just it seems like it's gonna have a lot to offer. And it seems like, to me, it's going to blow Mortal Kombat Conquest out the water, which it should. It's an over 20-year-old game, or nearing 20-year-old game. But yeah, it seems like it's just going to be, once again, the fighting game of the decade, right? Not just because of that, but because it's all working together and making something so spectacular that it has something for everybody, or it looks good, like a good fighting game. It has something for everybody to delve into with the mechanics alone. And then you add in the fact that everybody has something to dig into outside of that as well, and it's all coming together, and you know, it's one gigantic love fest up in here, basically. And also seeing this makes me think, we've seen a World Tour character intro for each of these characters except for a couple. I don't think we've seen the following characters' World Tour intros. Oh, we did see Jury's. I think we did see Jury's. Jury's when she's riding on a motorcycle. We didn't see Kimberly's. We did not see Kimberly's. We saw Ryu's, we saw Chun's training the girl from Third Strike, I think. Ryu's like under the cherry blossoms training. We saw Luke, he's like the first person you meet. We saw who else did we see? We saw all these characters Manon, Marissa, and JP. We see DJ. He's in the intro to playing at his concert. Who else is in the game? Who else is in the game? We've seen Geef, Cammy. We've seen Lily's as well. Lily's like training you how to use the wind power. We've seen all of these characters. We didn't see Ken's, I don't think. Kimberly, Ken, unless Ken is actually a construction worker and that wasn't just promotional. We didn't see Ken. So Kimberly, Ken. Who else? Am I missing somebody? Kimberly, Ken, Jamie. Yeah, Jamie. Unless that first trailer where he was fighting the box dudes, that looked like it was CGI to me, but I don't know. I can't tell anymore. To be honest, I don't know if it was CGI or not, because that would have been the only CGI that they've used, wouldn't it? So it's kind of hard for me to say that that's CGI if that's like the only CGI that they've used so far. So maybe we did see Jamie's. So that just leaves us with Ken, Kimberly, and Gal. Ken, Kimberly, Gal. Off the top of my head, those are the only ones that we haven't seen World Tour character introductions for, with those big cinematics and seeing where they're coming from. Look at these animations, man. That is just ridiculous. Okay, let's watch this full speed now.
Finding an appropriate vessel for this power.
Showtime, baby!
Prepare. Fight with all your heart.
An honor, to be sure.
Where are you going? Let us begin. No. One more.
This is a thought right here, right? Yeah, I timed that just right. This is the thought though. We haven't seen so much from these characters, right? We're seeing a lot right now, don't get me wrong, but we haven't seen a lot from these characters. The victory animations, we haven't seen all of the parry animations, we haven't seen all of the supers yet, we haven't heard a lot of the stage themes. We heard Manon's stage theme and her character theme, because they both were in trailers. Marissa's theme is, I think it's kind of whatever. I think it's just a little whatever, but maybe her stage theme is good, right? That's the other thing, is they have two themes. Every character has two themes, the character theme and then the stage theme, right? Because this is a game that has characters tied to stages, right? That's kind of a classic approach right there. I miss when Mortal Kombat used to do that. But yeah, there's so much that we haven't seen from these characters so far, right? And that's not even to mention that character damage. Characters who are going to be bleeding and stuff. Yeah, man. Yeah, and the stages just look so good, don't they? I think this is my least favorite stage, just as I say that, but even this one is pretty good stage. It's my favorite part of the trailer. Let's see, we slow it down right here. Did this shit go down in quality? What the fuck would you do that? Don't do that to me. Even though I'm recording at 720p, don't do that shit to me. Right, and Manon's super, she's like going through a dances, but she's like judo tossing you the whole way through, right? And that's like what they're going with. She's just tossing you, but it's only showing the aftermath, so it looks like they're dancing together, right? And that's like just the aim, but it just looks like it looks like Marissa just straight up volunteers for this one. You know, she was getting tossed around in each one of these poses. You know, bam, bam, and he said, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna strike this one myself." Let me hit this real quick. Man, we didn't see this super in the gameplay. The gameplay showcase. We didn't get to see the critical art, but it looks sick. It looks sick. Her face just gets smashed in, man. Man, I hope that Dudley and Q make it. Above any other character from Third Strike, Dudley and Q are the ones, even though I don't play them, those are the characters I want to see the most. Because they just, you know, they have the most it factor amongst that crew. But yeah, that's pretty much gonna wrap it up for me, I guess. You know, I talked about everything I wanted to talk about. Yeah, it's not really I guess you could talk about some other things, I guess. Watch this. We're just gonna watch this in slow-mo because there's nothing really happening in here. Another thing I'm excited to see about Street Fighter 6 is the fact that the way that the supers are constructed with level 1s, level 2s, level 3s, and me just coming off of Third Strike. Third Strike being one of the only ones I know. I played Super Turbo a little bit. I have it. But I like the fact that each super is pretty viable with itself, you know? And that it, in some ways, I want to see people play their characters and play their characters where they only specialize in using one versions of their supers, right? I want to see a Kim player that doesn't just go for the level 3 whenever they get it, and maybe they focus on level 1s, or maybe they focus on the level 2s or something like that. I want to see a Chun player that maybe just focuses on getting the easy whatever the fuck it's called. I want to see her focus on doing that level 1. I want to see a Ryu player who just focuses on doing the dungeons, and you know, I just want to see a Ryu player focus on doing the level 2 dungeons. I want to see people play the characters based off of just different levels of uniqueness, different levels of just approaches. That's what I want to see from this. You know, I want to see, like, who's a character has, like, JP is a good example. JP has a super where he has, like, he spawns, like, traps all around your characters. I want to see a JP player where they just focus on getting the traps. You know, they don't care about the level 3. They don't care about the level whatever. They just focus on that one aspect. I want to see a Jury player that focuses on doing her installs. You know, characters who have installs are probably going to be the most focus based with what I'm saying, because installs seem like a very good thing to have, and like one of the most unique traits that you can have as a character in this game. And like characters like Chun, who have just like level 2s, Chun and Kimberly, who their level 2s are just like a slightly stronger super done in specific situations. I feel like those are the characters who kind of, you know, they were left out of the party a bit. And that's just my take from not playing the game. But I do think characters who have installs and stuff like that actually have more that they can dig into. But yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to seeing, you know, along with the fact that apparently there's some modern control stuff that is unique to modern controls, even though modern control is not as strong as classic. You know, I'm interested in seeing all of these different play styles, characters, players who focus on using parry. They just get so good at parrying you. And, you know, people who play the game where they use parry a lot, but as they use parry, they know how to get out of the throw mix up on parry, because those are the only ways that can beat parries. And I believe that the drive reversal beats throws, you know. So I want to see people who use those mechanics where they parry a lot and maybe they get caught up, they get strung up, and they see you going for a throw and then they just throw out the reversal, and that gets them out of it, get that gray health damage. And I want to see all of these play styles come into the mix, into the pot. I want to see all of that, and I want to be a part of it. I can't wait. And yeah, man, this is something that I'm looking forward to, man, you know. And anyways, I've been rambling for too long. That's gonna wrap it up for me. Sorry if I'm talking your ears off, and if another trailer drops, I'll be here. But I'll bid y'all further ado. May peace be with always. Keep your heads up, deuces, those both, adios, stay cool. And if you like this content, be sure to show some love. But always be sure to show that love to the people who matter to you. This is ITOwl bidding you farewell. Peace, much love, and stay cool. Prayers to the skies above. Always and forever. Deuces.